Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa and I help people navigate through their mental health journey. And in this video, I'm going to go over my personal holistic approach to mental health. So with that being said, let's get started. So before I start going over this pyramid that I found has worked for me, I very quickly just wanted to talk about holistic health and wellness and what does that mean. Pretty much when it comes to your health and wellness, if you are taking on a holistic approach, you're pretty much working toward healing in a way that nourishes your body, your mind, your heart, which is your emotions, and your spirituality. And we can talk about spirituality later when I get to that part in the video. I hope that makes sense, because when it comes to health and wellness, everything that you do, all of your endeavors plays a role into your well-being as far as career goes, your relationships goes, your diet, your lifestyle, all of that plays a role. Everything is deeply interconnected. Your body is always striving to maintain a state of equilibrium, harmony, and balance. If you remember learning about homeostasis in high school, it's pretty much it. My approach to holistic health and wellness is using your symptoms that you experience, such as anxiety, depression, whatever, as a sign. Typically, the way that I like to view it is when you're going through all of that stuff, it's a sign from your body ringing the alarm, letting you know that something is out of balance. And it pretty much serves as an internal cue that points you in the direction of the source of your mental, physical, and emotional pain. So this is what I found, what worked for me. It's always important to start from the ground up, and as you can see here, number one, which I believe serves as the foundation of health and well-being, is a good brain diet, something that nourishes your mental health. Because when it comes to holistic nutrition, the goal of it is to consume foods that is delivering the proper nutrients that your body needs to function optimally on a day-to-day basis. There's been an increasing amount of studies that have proven to show that your brain and your gut are deeply connected. It's actually connected via your vagus nerves, and they are working interchangeably with each other with neurotransmitters and chemicals and hormones that influence how you feel and how you think. Like I said, it's very important, because before, when I was trying to take on a holistic approach, I did everything here and I was still feeling or experiencing anxiety attacks, and I didn't understand why. And this was the missing piece of the puzzle. And once I took on this approach and started incorporating more whole foods and plant-based foods in my life, I immediately saw transformative results in my mental health. It doesn't have to be perfect. It hasn't been perfect for me. Even then, just trying your best and trying to commit to that to the best of your ability, you will notice results. So next one is exercise. That's obviously important. You know, your mental health is as important as your physical health. I always try to get moving throughout the day. If it's like shady outside like it is right now and it's not sunny, then I try to move around at home. At least 10 to 15 minutes a day is good enough for me. I don't remember where I saw this. If you're living a sedentary lifestyle and you're sitting all day long, you know, it actually increases your risk for depression. Next is stress management. This one was also huge for me in college. I always struggled with stress management. I took on more than I can handle, and even now, one of the perspectives that I had to take on and truly cultivate within my mind is that as far as stress goes, you can't really control the stressors in your life, but you can control how you respond to that stress. A huge game changer for me as far as stress management goes was committing to a daily meditation practice. One of the goals for me earlier this year was, like I said, commit to a daily meditation practice, even if it's for like 10 to 15 minutes a day. I found that ever since then, I haven't been having as much anxiety attacks as I used to. I still have occasional bouts of anxiety and depression, but the magnitude to which I experience it is not as severe or intense, and the duration to which I experience it isn't as lengthy as it used to be, and I found that I'm able to move through it with more ease than I used to. If you didn't know this, when you commit to a daily meditation practice, it's actually changing the structure of your brain, and it strengthens the neurological pathways and connects both the left and right hemispheres of your brain cell. Then the next one is sleep management, which is also huge. Before I found out I was bipolar, I went through a very intense manic phase, and sometimes when you're going through your highs, you have a lot of energy and you're able to do a lot and have a lot of energy even with very minimal sleep. And so I think a couple of years ago, maybe last year, when I was trying to commit to growing my YouTube channel and doing weekly videos, I was also working as a server. At the time, I would get off at 11 p.m. at night, go straight home to edit a video, won't finish editing until maybe 4 or 5, and I kept that going on for like a month and was experiencing very intense bouts of anxiety. And you know, I'm only able to realize that now in hindsight, but but when you're going through it, you don't really understand the source of your pain. And so now, as far as my sleep management goes, I always try to sleep around the same time every day, get around the same amount of sleep every night. And one of the things that I've noticed within myself, and this is also a benefit of meditation as well, when you're committing to a daily meditation practice, it sharpens your sense of awareness. I'm more aware of when I'm anxious and some of the things that may be contributing to my anxiety. And if I sleep past 1:30, I start feeling anxious throughout the night and start having an anxiety attack. And so that's been a huge thing for me. And then the next one is novelty and new learning. Earlier at the beginning of the pandemic, I took a course called Brain Quest. It was a 30-day course from Jim Kwik, which is this huge brain coach guy. One of the things that he emphasized is new learning and novelty. It's actually good for your brain. So I don't know if you guys have followed me on Instagram, but I did 1 month challenge where I tried to learn how to juggle, and this is actually where I learned to juggle. Novelty, even if it's not learning, even novelty in the form of changing up your environment, it's also good for the brain because it releases endorphins like dopamine. And so yeah. And then the next one is a clean environment. So much of your life encompasses your environment. You know, we can talk about physical environment, which is your visual clutter. I always try to take on a minimalistic approach with my environment because I find that my mindset is more clear. It feels more open. One example of this where it's so true is with cooking. If I open the fridge and it's very cluttered inside, it automatically triggers me and turns me off, and I don't want to cook anymore because I feel mentally fatigued just looking at that. I don't know. That might just be me. I might just be extra. As far as your environment goes, it's also the people in it. Definitely take an inventory and check in with the people in your life. It's so important to hang out with people who are good for your mental health, especially with your friends. I've learned this personally myself, having to deal with, you know, certain people that are toxic in your life. I very quickly realized that once I slowly cut them out of my life, my mental state was a lot better. With this, one thing that I want to add is having a positive support group, hanging out with people who, you know, contribute positive energies into your life really nourishes your mental health. As far as my mental health journey goes, as much as I would like to say that I went through it alone, I didn't. I had my boyfriend Jonathan with me. There have been many weeks where every night I woke up around 2 or 3 in the morning with random anxiety attack. Even someone who has to work at 8 in the morning every single day, he was able to work through it with me and just sit with the discomfort with me. And it made me realize the power of empathy and having people who can support you and be there for you. That's so huge with your mental health journey. So if you don't have anybody in your life, there are positive support groups that you can find online. I have a couple of Facebook groups about mental health that I follow, and even just listening to other people share their story, it really helps a lot. And then the last one is spiritual connection. What does it mean to be spiritual, right? Typically when a lot of people think of spirituality, they think of religion. That's not necessarily the case for me. I grew up as a Roman Catholic and don't really follow that kind of path. Being religious is one way of being spiritual, but to me, spirituality just means connecting with something greater than yourself, whether that be at the community level, whether that be at the humanity level, species levels with animal, at the planetary level, or at the cosmic level. It's finding a deep sense of connection to something greater than yourself. For me, it's connecting to a greater sense of purpose and meaning in life. Our common theme in my depressive episodes in the past was I always felt a lack of fulfillment. I always felt a lack of direction. I didn't have a purpose. Once I'm able to find that and connect to that, I feel whole. I feel fulfilled. Does that make sense? It sounds cheesy. Yeah, I really found value in a lot of this. Just committing to this and working from the ground up has changed my life with my mental health. I truly believe in power of it, of holistic health and wellness. It's definitely a journey. It's not something that you can accomplish overnight. It's a lifelong journey. Like I said, my challenge with you is just to pick one, commit to it, even if it's stress management, committing to a daily meditation exercise. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to any noticeable changes or differences in your health, your mindset, your well-being, and commit to that, and then slowly build from the ground up. Watch your mental health transform. You will definitely notice changes. So that's it. That's all that I have for you guys in today's video. I hope you did find value in it. If you liked it, please be sure to leave down in the comments, pick one and how you're gonna implement that into your life and what you hope to get out of it. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, much love, and many blessings to you.